All right, what's up, Miles?
Yeah, so I support Trump.
All right, what do you like about Trump?
Yeah, so first off, I like his abortion policies, if you want to talk about them.
Have at it, Felice.
Yeah, so
Doesn't
do you think abortion is going to be smarter?
No, and I also would argue that Trump doesn't have a stance on abortion. He just left it up to the states, right? Isn't that what
Yeah, that's
Isn't
still
that
going
what
to
he
be better than
claims?
Kamala's.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically, you don't believe abortion is smarter. What's your definition of smarter?
The unjust killing of another person,
Okay, so what's the justification for getting an abortion?
self-defense.
Okay, do you think in all scenarios it's just going to be self-defense?
I would also debate that it's also a matter of bodily autonomy and that you don't owe your resources to another agency or something else, especially a multicellular organism without consciousness or sentient thought.
Okay, so you think that if a being is non-sentient, it doesn't have any moral worth?
Always comes down to bodily autonomy, right? I grant bodily
I
autonomy
think it's a
to any
combination.
fetus that can live on its own. Yeah,
It's
it's
a
all
combination
about
of these
bodily
things.
autonomy.
Yeah.
I think you already know that.
Got you. So the first thing about self-defense, let's just say there was a woman that wanted to abort her child because she knew that she was going to have Down syndrome or something like that. Do you think that's a case of self-defense?
No.
Okay, do you think it's justified for that person to get an abortion?
Yes. If they wanted to, if they found out very early on, before this fetus had sentience, that it was going to lead a life that was undesirable for the mother to, I guess, continue carrying, then that is a matter of their own preferences, and bodily autonomy is what I would invoke there.
Okay, so bodily autonomy. And also the fact that let's just say somebody had a kid, for example, like a 3-year-old, and that 3-year-old somehow was dependent on the mother's body. Do you think it's justified for the mother to
It's
take the
not
life of the
dependent on the
3-year-old?
mother's body.
Yeah, that's the point of the
Well, let me
hypothetical,
answer.
right?
Can I answer? I'll answer the question logically. Yeah. Then you transfer the responsibility to someone else because they're not right. Like you're talking about taking my resources, my blood, my body to survive. That's not an autonomous being. That's part of me, right? The minute any being can live on its own autonomously, then yeah, I grant them bodily autonomy. Or like a 3-year-old, if I as a mother of a 3-year-old cannot take on my responsibilities to keep this 3-year-old alive, I need to transfer those responsibilities to someone else. Logically, of course.
Okay, so got it. Let's just say there was a fetus that was dependent on the mother and still lived inside of the mother, but also had the capacity to have conscious experiences. Would it be justified to kill the
That's not
fetus?
ever going to, what are you?
Yeah, but that's the point of the hypothetical, to test your moral
Okay.
consistency.
Okay. Tell me again. Ask me again.
Yeah, so if there was some sort of fetus that was like at 24 weeks and had the capacity to have conscious experiences, would it be justified for the mother to kill the fetus?
Um, yes, I would still say you're relying on those resources, and in most times around this time period, I would also say that a fetus could be viable, right? So like usually we're dipping into the viability period. So if we do end the pregnancy, aka an abortion, you would be removing this fetus from the mother's body, and if it lives, that's great. But if we can't, sorry.
Got it. So we can kill other conscious human beings if it's just the right to our body. So
That's
one
not
other thing I
actually
have to ask
a
as a
real thing. That's
clarification
something you
question,
made up. But
can I
again,
finish?
bodily autonomy, the minute any fetus can live outside of living off me being part of my body to survive, then sure, I grant them bodily autonomy.
Got it. So what's the justification for bodily autonomy being the thing that makes an action specifically related to killing another human being more or not?
Listen, I don't do moral. Laws are utilitarian to me. They're useful or not. I'm not a moral debater. I don't believe in morals.
But you would say that the whole abortion thing
Laws
is
are
based on
useful
morality.
or they're not. I don't do any sort of moral, like your morals, mine. I don't do that. Like either laws are utilitarian, they're useful or they're not to me. Like your moral beliefs, that's cool for you. I don't even engage in these conversations.
Right, but if the whole utility aspect about it invokes
I'm
that
going
there
to say
has
it
to be some
again.
sort of
Your
arbiter
weird
of
moral
whatever makes
arguments
something.
I don't recognize as real. Laws are utilitarian. They're useful to manage society in the most effective ways. Outside of that, I don't care how you feel morally about anything.
Yeah, but we should deploy what's going to be moral or not. We should have laws
I
against
do
murder, for
not
example.
recognize your moral feelings. Laws are utilitarian. as soon as I grant bodily autonomy to fetuses that don't need my body, as long as you're part of my body, I am the sentient being making decisions.
And that's a moral
as
belief.
soon as you, no, it's not. It's scientific. That's utilitarian. This is part of me now. As soon as you can survive on your own, I grant you bodily autonomy. Period. It's very simple. This is not a hard
Okay, so
thing.
you think bodily
This is not a
autonomy
hard
is a
thing.
scientific
This is
concept?
not a hard thing to understand. It just
Wait, you
seems
think
it's a
bodily
struggle for
autonomy is a
you. Oh,
scientific
you're moving
concept,
off
just
of
to
your
be
weird
clear.
moral stuff. Again, laws are utilitarian. As long as you need me to survive, my blood, my energy, my resources are keeping you alive, then I make the decisions. The minute you have bodily autonomy and are functioning on your own, I grant that to you as well. But as long as you need me to survive, I'm the host keeping you alive, I'll go ahead and make decisions.
Do you think bodily autonomy is a scientific concept?
Again, I stated exactly how I feel.
It's a yes or no.
I stated exactly how I feel about this. I don't care how you feel morally. Laws are utilitarian. I have bodily autonomy. I will make decisions about this body. Listen, I just want to be super clear. I'm not going to answer. I've told you exactly how I feel about this.
This isn't a moral conversation anymore. We're talking about the science.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
You had to pivot off that, weirdo. I'm telling you, I'm not.
I've
told. This is it. I grant bodily autonomy to everyone who is autonomous.
Okay, is bodily autonomy a scientific concept? Jesus, she can't answer a simple question.
I don't know if you
pick.
No, I'm just saying, Pickles. If you're, I'm good.
It's not strictly a scientific concept, but it is an ethical, legal, or philosophical concept.
Great. So if it's a philosophical concept, so you would have to have some sort of argument for the right to bodily autonomy, meaning that you have the right to kill over somebody else, right? You would have to argue from that position.
You don't, and God, you're not even good at this. I was a philosophy major. Yeah, you. That's not. You just made a leap. You made it. Bless your heart. You made a leap.
You're arguing against evictionism. You're saying it's not self-defense.
Yeah, it clearly isn't self-defense. I asked you the scenario of the Down syndrome baby. You said it was self-defense. We both agree it's not just based on self-defense.
No, you're talking about like a sentient. Yes. So like if it's not all self-defense. So like in that scenario, I would grant bodily autonomy for being the reason. What you're doing is like you're confining us to only one type of argument when I'm saying that there's multiple reasons why people should have the right to abortion all 9 months.
No, so the first thing you said was self-defense, so I gave a hypothetical counter it real quick. Then you gave other conditions, right? You gave the condition of being sentient. You also gave the condition of
imagine being an incel and arguing about sex you'll never have. It's super weird.
Imagine having nuance.
More philosophy then.
Imagine having nuance and not only have this is what you're doing. You take one rule and you're like, let me see if you can defend all of your philosophy with just this one rule. When I say there are multiple instances where you can invoke different rules for different reasons for why I think this is just.
It's one applied ethical position. I'm not asking you to defend your entire
Ever come into play in your life, sir.
It doesn't always protect all reasons for an abortion. So yes, you were going to have some nuance. Yes, I'm going to have other reasons why I justify abortion.
Do you think abortions in all scenarios are going to be justified?
Yes.
I think if you talk really fast, it makes you sound smart. Like
nobody's saying that at the moment. You're like a side character in this. I don't see why you're talking at the moment.
I'm going to say 99.9.
Because I'm the only person with a uterus here. Again, it all comes back to bodily autonomy. Again, the minute anything can live without my resources, bodily autonomy granted.
Okay, so what's bodily
Until
autonomy?
then, I'm going to go ahead and make decisions. When they're not living off my resources and can live autonomously. Autonomously without bodily autonomy is being able to make decisions about your person without fear of coercion or violence, Miles.
Okay, so what's the justification?
Read a book. Listen, I'm not going to debate a 19-year-old incel on this. I don't care.